I just came out of the toughest solid mechanics exam I have ever taken. I have literally not solved half of that exam, but here I am, literally 10 to 20 minutes after the exam, and I want to ask you the question, okay? I want to ask you the question. Screw the exam, screw university, screw everything. I want to give you a writing advice that will end all writing advices, and it is that writing advices are useless. Wait, what does that make this? This would be a meta writing advice. It would be the writing advice to talk about writing advices, which is a form of inception. So try to keep up. We'll get into a lot of psychological places with writers. To needle the point here, in this particular video, I want to talk to you and I want to have a conversation with you. Grab some tea. I want to have a conversation with you, which is, can writing advice be useful? And when is writing advice useless? With that out of the way, I want you to imagine this particular scenario, okay? This simulation is going to be very important, and I really want you to simulate it in your head. Imagine yourself as someone who's, a senior writer. You've been writing for many years, and someone younger comes up to you. They ask you for a writing advice, and so you ask them, hey, what have you written? And they give you, like a piece of writing, and hey, I've written this, please take a look at it, give me some feedback. So what you do is you look at the writing of the younger author or the younger writer, aspiring author, whatever you want to call them, and basically you come out with a number of advices. Let's say, for the sake of this particular writer has terrible, let's say, pacing and dialogue, okay? And you tell them, hey, this is what good pacing is, and this is what good, dialogue is. They go home and they write something else, and then they come back to you and they give it to you. They tell you, hey, can you take a look at this again and see if I have improved? But you notice that this particular person has actually not improved. They have gotten worse. The writing advice you gave them is now as if it has not been. It is as if this whole thing is just complete random darts thrown at the wall at random angles, and the dart keeps hitting different spots every time. And now we can jump to the question I want to ask you, which is, can writing advice be useless, and how can it be useless? And without really wasting your time, I want to particularly just spill the whole thing, right? And get to the point directly, which is, if you listen to writing advice and you do not go into the topic with the intent of improving, and listen to the writing advice with the intent of going and sitting down to write, then writing advice might as well be useless to you. Because in the example I gave you in the beginning, with the boy, when you gave him writing advice, he went and he came back, and now he seems to be making the same mistakes. Well, suddenly the person is a boy. I have no idea. But basically, that person, what happened to them? Now they're a person. What happened to them is that they went back. They didn't really listen to your writing advice with the intent of improving. And they basically went home and they wrote a bunch of BS again, and they came back, and now they seem to be expressing the same mistake as before. And so this is the ditch with writing advice, because a lot of people out there will give you writing advice, and this will make you feel good about yourself. It will make you feel as if you're making progress. It will release serotonin in your brain. You are not hungry to improve. You basically feel satisfied by watching the person give writing advice, okay? It's those self-help books. Self-help books are basically a vicious cycle, because by reading the book, you feel good about yourself. And now that you feel good about yourself, the hunger that drove you to seek the self-help book, well, guess what? Now you're satisfied, so you don't really feel like improving your life. And this is the same thing. So people are not doing really well with their writing, and so they're very hungry to improve. And then they listen to someone give writing advice, and they feel good about themselves, and boom, I have done the work. Now your brain subconsciously just does not feel motivated, and it got its dopamine or serotonin or whatever, and now it's happy, it's going to chill and basically throw its leg back and relax. But you don't want to fall for that particular trap. What you want to do, and what I think, I believe vehemently, is when you hear writing advice, you should not just listen to it. You should be very careful attention to the following sequence. You see writing advice, you pay attention to what it is, and then you go and write with the express purpose of improving that thing, of improving on that thing. In other words, on taking advantage of that writing advice. And so the issue with the particular simulation in the beginning is that basically what you have is someone who heard a writing advice, went home and just wrote without the express purpose of improving. And so this is the hole, this is the ditch. You have to be careful because you can fall into perpetual habit of just listening to people give writing advices, feeling good about yourself, never really practicing with the intent of improving. But if you listen to people give writing advice, you can get the knowledge, you can take the knowledge, what they have learned over the many years, right? Let's say you're listening to someone who's famous like Brandon Sanderson. He is giving a particularly beautiful, video that talks about writing, and he's giving you writing advices. Well, don't just feel good about yourself for watching this video. What you need to do is you need to go and practice writing with the express intent of improving. Basically, write to kill the problem. And that is the proposition I have for you. That is what I believe. And so that is the thesis of this particular video. Please, I really want to have a dialogue with you. Tell me what you think. And I always love hearing different perspectives. The last video I made, it really blew my mind on the people discussing different perspectives over in Twitter as well as here. And so thank you all. Have a nice day. And thank you specifically for watching this. If you enjoyed this, you can subscribe and basically like the video. Have a nice day.